Let's see if he can make a play on the return. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. The Wolfpack offense comes out to get things started in this one. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names. You know, brand versus brand. Big-time baller versus big-time.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Pulls it in on the right. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. That kind of play will send a surge of energy through your offense. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 40. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Finds his man, it's Robbins. And he'll be smacked to the ground. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David,
turning it on! And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense. NC State will line up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nowhere to run, and down he goes after losing 6. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Trying play action. Here's a heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Fires into the end zone. Intercepted. Got some room to run. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
That is the perfect start for a defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. They're in the bottom portion, okay? Have struggled, but opening drive, making a statement. Maybe this creates some momentum. Maybe this turns the tide for this defense.
Got it across the 20 and out. Pick up a 4. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. The run from the shotgun. This time the defense was ready and they stop him in his tracks. Stanford wants to push the pace. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. Finds his tight end. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
Well, after getting that takeaway, this offense is needing some points, and that's a big completion there on 3rd down. Good job reading the coverage. The offense is going to stay on the field. They want to keep this momentum going, and that last completion.
Into the secondary on the right. Oh, there were a few steps there. He was thinking touchdown, but they finally get him down after the big pickup at the 25. This Stanford offense is humming, set up with another 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Got room on the return. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. He'll do it himself. Trying to take it back. Oh, it's a fumble. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
You know, oftentimes when you're playing in conditions like this and it's raining, you'll see a lot of the skill players offensively take off the gloves because they want to be able to feel the football. They think it gives them better control of it. And I don't know if that played into the football going on the ground there, but you know that ball security is going to be one of the biggest factors in this game moving forward.
Quarterback making adjustments. Second down, he'll throw it. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Let's see what they've got on second down. Wants to go up top. Pocket breaking down. This time he's got it. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Stanford now has it in the red zone. Wants to throw on first down. He's got it still on his feet. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. He's looking to pass. Buys a little time with his feet. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on first down in the red zone. They'll give it another shot on second and goal from the 4. Looking to fire. Oh, they're after him. Breaks the grab. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The pass in these tight quarters, if you're going to put the ball up, you'd like to think that you'd either have space or get it downfield a little bit.
Yeah, I like the defense understanding where the end zone is.
Touchdown, Cardinal! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0.
And how about this offensive line? Third and goal, you got to have it. They flew off of the ball. They got some push. They made that easy on the running back to score that touchdown.
Bringing it back. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, you've got to lock in.
Backed up now, here's second and long. Back to pass. That's caught. It's Robbins. Breaks into the open. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38.
Man, this guy's closing in quickly on 100 yards receiving. We're not even out of the first quarter yet. We knew he was going to be a big part of the game plan and the strategy, but every time they've looked his way, he's been making a big play, and that's something the defense, they have to be aware of moving forward.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
Got the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Really nice resiliency by the running back. Sometimes you just got to be able to turn the page, right? You have a tackle for loss the previous play. They give it right back to you, and you make the defense pay. Good vision, good athleticism picking up that first. Why not give it to him again?
Working well behind the sticks on second down. They go to the ground. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And the defense stands up this offensive line and stuffs him right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Wanted to make sure not to give them a chance for a return as it goes out of bounds. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. After the good pickup on 1st down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. From the gun, running back gets the give. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the 2nd. First play of the period, 1st down here. Off play action on 1st down. Quarterback adapting. Trying to escape and get it himself. They're working their way toward midfield. He's out of bounds at the 46. Stanford with a lot of options here on 2nd and short. Calls his own number. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And, guys, you know, the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's just, it's so hard to defend.
It's 1st and goal as Stanford comes to the line. Looking for the goal line. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Back to pass on 2nd down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you. And I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. They'll try the right side. There he goes. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it'll be hard to stop.
Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Might be decision time if the defense can get a stop on 3rd down from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. And his throw is incomplete.
And a nice play by the defense. 3rd and short, you're thinking run most of the time, but a really nice job playing tight on the wide receivers, playing the pass and giving no space for the offense.
Hunt is on its way. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. The Cardinal increasing the degree of difficulty after that last play. It's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Throws to the tight end. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. The give on the outside. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. Stanford lines up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, heading to the field. They really need to find a way to punch back on this drive, already down 14. To the air on 1st down. Jukes his way for more. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. The Wolfpack with a lot of options on 2nd and short. They'll go to the ground. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28. Inside the 30 at the 29, it's a 1st down. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You know, when you're running counter, those offensive linemen crashing down, they've got to be able to pin those interior D linemen. They couldn't get it done there. They gave up too much penetration, and that led to the tackle for loss.
And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Bring in the heat. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Stanford quickly to the line.
And they got to protect their quarterback better up front. They got to give him a little bit more time to make some damage down the field. But look at this. Here they go. No huddle, back on the line, make the defense communicate. Maybe you can catch them sleeping.
The Wolfpack faithful screaming at the top of their lungs, desperate for a 3rd down stop. Grab near the marker. It's Durant. Coming through with that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it. And the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
Great job on the back end in coverage. DB staying in the hip pocket of the target and was able to swat that ball away.
Stanford to the line on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. The Cardinal will have to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Caught in the backfield. It's Goodwin. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. NC State with a lot of ground to cover after losing yardage on the last play. Trying to set up the screen. Got room at the 35. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got it behind the line. It's Brown. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. Makes the catch. They get him down at the 36. It will be a 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking downfield on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's Robbins. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short. Defense showing blitz here. Looking for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. He didn't even have a chance to get back to the line. What a job by this defensive front. It's 4th down, and they can make the field goal from here, but it looks as if they're going to leave the offense out there. He'll take a shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Nowhere to go. The ball's loose. He picks it up, still on his feet.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get him. You're crawling, you do whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a 1st down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Looking to throw on 1st down. Under fire. Pressure is all over him, and he can't get it off. Down he goes, and that'll bring us to the end of the first half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, one of the best environments in the game, and Raleigh has given us a fun first half. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas in Carter Finley Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. NC State will kick off to start things here in the second half. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. They'll open this third quarter with a run. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would keep thinking about creative ways of getting this guy the ball as the game goes on here in the second half.
Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Feels as if the whole city of Raleigh is trying to help out the pack on third down. Caught close to the marker. It's Durant. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. Stanford gets set to snap it on first down. Wants to throw on first down. Rushes on him. And his first pass is incomplete.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Quickly out to the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. They make the tackle at the 33, but he's ripped off 15 yards and picked up a first down.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat.
And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Stanford!
It's so nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. You make a play down the field to him, huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Complete to the right. The freshman brought down after bringing that one in. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Gonna run it. It's Goodwin. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not in. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Wolfpack line up, facing 3rd and approximately half a mile. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man, it's Robbins. They stop him right at the 40-yard line. It's 4th down. Will they bring out the punt team? The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Offense getting set for first down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
The play-action fake. Got his man downfield. Turning it on. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Makes the grab. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Back to pass, it's Ginn. Gets it out fast. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Stanford wants to push the pace. Wants to throw again. Moving away from pressure. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for your quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away, and that's one he'd like to have back.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Brought down at the 11 as he was trying to find enough room to take it back for the pick 6. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Handoff to the lone back. Punches ahead, they'll give him a yard to the 13.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. The ball is going to be downed at the 35. And they'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Scanning the field, it's Ginn. Quickly to the tight end. At the 45 on his way. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Pulls it and fires to the left. Breaks into the open. Rolls inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage
under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. Really need to pick up some yardage this time on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Going for it all. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, and if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
They're in field goal range here on 4th down, but they're going to keep this offense on the field. Now the play fake. Hauls it in, the 1st down and more. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. We've reached the break, and it is Stanford holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Trying to barrel in. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinal! They put another one on the board here in the 4th quarter, and how about this team? Just a lone blemish on the resume and about to go to 10-1.
And how about it? Everyone getting involved, getting the big tight end involved. This offense has done an unbelievable job scoring points. This defense has had no answers. Just keep it rolling, offense.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they. There he goes! Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They change, they mark it at the 29. Let's see how they set the tone on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the big fella. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Takes the easy one to the back. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle.
It's picked off, and another empty drive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. They'll run it from the gun. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you...
He's going to let it go. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
And you got to wonder if this offense is trying to run the score up because they're blowing this team out. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and they're still taking shots. They're going to play until this clock reads all zeros.
Here comes the heat. Hit as he throws, and the ball goes right to the ground, incomplete. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Got a man. It's Jones. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Complete out of the backfield. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game. Back to throw. It's Ginn. Good timing on the quick out. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. And they'll come to the line just needing a few chain links for a first down. Oh, he's got some space. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. The Cardinal might go right back to that ground game after the huge run. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Going to swing it on second down. Makes the catch. Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. He'll throw on third down. Caught near the sticks. It's Durant. Touchdown, Stanford! And they take it in for 6 more points. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
Salt into her wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. The give to the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Yeah, and this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And just, they need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the fourth quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it. This offense needs to hit the gas, and they need to pitch and catch a little bit, throw the football around.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Here's the pressure. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. Wrestled out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 7-yard line, and this offense is more than threatening.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the fourth quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force feed you the football to try and ice this game. And he's paying him off right now. It's a really nice run.
And, man, how many times are we going to call his name today? He has been so much fun to watch. Got a couple of sacks. Add another tackle for a loss here. He has been all over the field, and he has made some serious plays for this defense.
He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on third down.
That's a heads-up decision by the quarterback there. You want to throw a touchdown, but if it's not there, just throw it away, and now we got third.
It's third and goal and third and long. They'll give it to the back. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. So on fourth and goal, already with the lead, but they'll try to salt this thing away with a touchdown. To the air, it's Ginn. Looking to the end zone. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games.
Turning it on! They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. NC State, after that explosive run, might go right back to the well. To the air on first down. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
They had the big play to start the drive, but a couple of misfires now leaves us with 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Brown. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
This is an area of the game. On offense, you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting first down, so you have to be able to run it.
Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Just a short pass to the tight end. He didn't make it. They'll have to give up the football, and hope is still alive. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. They're going to open this drive with a pass. With the catch, it's Brown. Running through contact. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work. Down to the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's Goodwin. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. With the clock running, this should be the final play. Likely a lost cause, but they'll throw it again. And he takes it in the end zone for a touchdown. A little window dressing here at the end of the game. Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, two really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear there's only one really good team.